Today, we're looking at something pretty cool, a brand new way to think about learning. This isn't just about keeping up with tech, it's about getting the next generation ready to build what comes next. So, let's dive right in.
So let's start with a question that sounds, well, almost impossible. How on earth do you teach artificial intelligence to a third grader? I mean, really think about that. Making a topic that's usually for university students make sense to an 8-year-old? That's the huge challenge this whole new educational ecosystem is designed to tackle.
Okay, so to understand the solution, first we have to really get a handle on the problem. We're talking about a new kind of educational challenge here. It's all about leaving behind this old, outdated way of thinking, this storage model of education that, frankly, just doesn't work anymore. For literally centuries, school has been all about what they call the storage model. Think of it like this, just stuffing kids' heads full of facts like their old, dusty file cabinets. The big idea here is to shift to something totally different, the processing model. Here, knowledge isn't something you just store. It's a dynamic system. It's where students learn to juggle different variables, make smart choices, and actually see the consequences of those choices. And here's why this matters so much. In the world we live in now, an AI can spit back any fact you want in a split second. So what's the value of just memorizing things? It's plummeting. The skills that are actually valuable now are things like processing information, using logic, and what you might call architectural thinking. So this shift, it's not just a nice idea. It's absolutely essential for the future economy. So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do you actually build this new processing model? Well, it all comes down to a really unique combination of 3 different worlds: media, academia, and design.
The whole thing is built on 3 pillars that all work together. You've got the engine, that's the brains, the academic and techie side. Then there's the design, which makes it all easy to understand visually. And finally, the narrative, which is all about making it engaging and telling a good story. Put them all together, and you've got a completely new foundation for learning.
All right, let's break those down. First up, the narrative pillar. This is led by a media veteran named Kostuv. And get this, he's got this incredible legacy from his time at NDTV, launching some really groundbreaking stuff. So his team, they're experts at storytelling. They take these super complex ideas and weave them into stories that actually grab a student's attention and stick with them.
Then you have the engine. This is the academic heart of the whole operation, and it's driven by Dr. Donald Wedding. We're talking about someone with over 30 years of deep industrial and teaching experience in math and AI. This is the pedagogical backbone.
And the third pillar, the design, is led by an artist named Soma. And her job is just so crucial. She's the one who takes all that rigid, complex logic coming from the engine and turns it into beautiful, visual things that kids can actually understand and connect with. It's really where the hard science meets beautiful art.
Okay, so you've got this amazing team, a media pro, a brilliant academic, and a fantastic artist. What happens when they all get together to create content? Well, you get classroom materials that actually feel alive. They take abstract logic and turn it into something kids can touch and play with.
One way they do this is with these really clever analogies from nature. For example, to explain different kinds of AI, they'll show you the owl. That's precision AI, kind of like LiDAR, mapping the world in super high detail. And then they contrast that with the tiger, which is motion AI. Think neural networks that are built to track something moving really fast. It's such a simple comparison, but it just clicks. You get it instantly.
And it's not just analogies. They take really advanced logic and turn it into physical games. So forget boring worksheets. Kids are in the classroom solving the rubber duck problem to figure out binary sorting. Or they're making a human Venn diagram to physically experience how something can belong to multiple groups at once. It's totally hands-on, and it's teaching them the real logic that powers things like the search engines we use every day.
And this is where that narrative pillar really shines. All those abstract rules, they become real human stories. You've got characters like Mike and Yuri in these cool episodic comics, and they even have this AI sparring partner called Buddy. But Buddy doesn't just give you the answers. Instead, when you say something, it just asks, why? It challenges your logic and makes you think deeper, helping you sharpen your own ideas.
Now, a really important thing to understand is that this isn't a textbook that gets printed once and then sits on a shelf for 10 years. Nope, this whole content library is alive. In a field like AI that changes by the minute, the curriculum has to be this constantly evolving pipeline. It's always moving, always being updated.
Yeah, the source material puts it perfectly. The content pipeline is constantly refreshed and new formats are experienced with. That's the core philosophy. This commitment to always be trying new things, always innovating, that's how you find the absolute best ways to teach these complex subjects.
And this isn't just a future plan. You can see it happening right now. The pipeline is already churning out video-based lessons for college students at WCC and Shanti Business School. They're expanding their AI comics for all ages, they're developing new interactive games, and they've even got 3D animated films in the works. It's a system that's truly built from the ground up to keep evolving.
But here's the thing. This ecosystem, it's not just for the students. It's way bigger than that. It's a unified architecture that's really designed to empower everyone involved in education. The teachers, the institutions, everyone.
Take the educators, for instance. This system isn't trying to replace them, not at all. It gives them what are called shadow rails. Think of these as super-powered teacher guides and training manuals. They take all that deep, 30 years of industrial wisdom from someone like Dr. Wedding and distill it down into simple strategies you can use in the classroom tomorrow. It's about turning every teacher into a master of teaching tech.
And for the schools and institutions themselves, the benefits are huge. We're talking about a clear path to success that's based on what students can do, not just what they can memorize. It helps them attract those forward-thinking parents, which is great for enrollments. And it even helps them run things more smoothly by providing insights from managing their resources better.
So this really brings us full circle, right back to where we started, but with a whole new way of looking at it. When you make that fundamental shift from teaching kids what to think to teaching them how to think, it leaves us with a really powerful question. If learning is truly about processing information, not just storing it, what's the real potential of the next generation? What can they achieve if we raise them not to be walking file cabinets, but to be true architects of logic?